Hello everyone, Tad Stevens, MediaMarketExperts, and CPEthink.com here. Wanted to make a quick video on the LinkedIn prospecting system and software that we use here. It is the only outbound prospecting that we use outside of our internal databases. So let's get right to it, show you what it is. Share my screen real quickly here. And this is a software. This is Social Lead Sniper. This is written by a gentleman here in Colorado. He is the developer. We are just a reseller of the software. What we do is we add marketing and technical services to the software sale. We'll sell you the software if you just want the software for the same price he will. But what we will add is we will add all the message creation, the copywriting for the messaging, determining what the messaging is with you. We'll write it all out together. And we'll also do the market analysis before you buy the software. So before you even buy it, we'll make sure, as near as we can't guarantee it, but as near as we can, that you're going to have a market out there that makes the software worth buying. So that, and we'll actually set up the campaigns for you. All the sends that we will do, or the software will do, I'll show you that here in a minute. Plus, we will actually run the campaigns for you for 2 full months. We'll do all that for you for 2 full months in addition to just selling the software. There is an additional fee for that, but we'll get to that later on, or you can see it on the website. So to start out with, I'm just going to go through the menu here. This is where you set up your social accounts. You can do Twitter here, but I'll tell you later why I'm not using Twitter. I just use the software to do LinkedIn, to talk to LinkedIn, and this is where you do that. So I'm going to jump over here to the update for just a second, because this is important, because this is the internal database of the software that is synced with your first level contacts on LinkedIn. So you can see here I have 4,958 contacts. That is not all I have on LinkedIn. There are a few because of profile settings of the individuals. The software won't download them because of term of service LinkedIn. It honors those. So you run this every day, and I'll show you how to do that. You can't do it here by clicking this button, but I'll show you a better way to do it, an automated way, more automated way to do it. But you need to do this every day. Inbox, don't ever use that, syncs your messages, but I don't use that. And then again, this is where you set up your account, and this is where you can send messages to all your first level connections. So all the folks that were in that update tab that showed up there, they show up here. You can segment these off by tags if you had people tagged. I don't have tags. You can segment them off by keywords. So if, say, I wanted to look up all CPAs in my list, or the people that had the phrase CPA in their profile, I would put CPA in the search box, and it will bring up all CPAs. Now, it's running a little slow. That's just because I've got the video recording right now. So these are all, you can't see these names because we've got it blurred out, but these are all the people that have CPA. If you could see it, you'd see their name, and then most of them have comma CPA afterwards. I could select them all. I could select some of them, and then I could send a message that is in here that I could store. I can store multiple messages here. I don't use this a lot. I haven't used it in quite a while. That's why it's kind of blank, just because I don't need to. I'm getting so many connections and leads using the sends and the features I'm going to show you here in just a second that I don't even use this. I'm going to start using this again because it's super powerful, and I really like it. Profile viewers, you can send messages to people that have viewed your profile in between a certain date range that you identify up here. You can select some or all of them. Again, you can't see them because I got them blurred out. But you can select some or all of them here. And then you can select a limit. You can only send, or you can only send a certain number a day. You can store multiple messages here, and you can send this message here. Again, you can see this kind of blank. I don't use this. I like this feature. I would use it. It's just I haven't gotten around to doing it. As I said, we've been running this now. We've used this software on and off for about 3.5 years. But I took a break over the summer of 2016 and haven't used it. This is the beginning of 2017 right now when I'm recording this video, and I just hadn't got to use this just because I don't need to. Again, I'm getting so many leads and connections from the other features that I'm using, I just hadn't got to it. But it is very powerful, and I do like it. This is one I do use quite often, every day actually. This is follow-up messages. What you do here is, again, you can do select by tags or search, but I always do all. And then you specify a number of days up here. This is the number of days since you've added them to the database, which I showed you up here in the Update tab. So I'm looking at everybody that has been added to my database 7 days ago. So all these people down here that you can't see because I've got it blurred out will get this message right here. So if you got this message right here, thanks again for connecting last week, would it be worth 5 minutes to explore mutual opportunities, so on and so forth? This is where that came from. And I run this every day. And usually just it only pulls people on the weekdays because I don't send out connection requests, or really I don't accept connections either on the weekends, so that most of the business will be done during normal business days. Okay, we went through the Update tab. This is the Settings tab. This is where you set your delay of when you send messages, look at profiles, so on and so forth. This is Update Connection Settings. This is how many connections you can sync per day and per hour. This really isn't relevant. You can set this almost as high as you want. LinkedIn doesn't care. This is the Message Master. This is where you store your thank you message. Whenever there's another feature I'll show you here in just a minute, that whenever you sync your database, you can also send them a thank you message, which I do. So when you connect with me, I'll download you, I'll sync you in here. When I do that, it'll send you a thank you message. Hey, thanks for connecting. And then it'll wait 7 days and I'll send the follow-up. We'll do some more things. You can actually set up sending mail from this software. This is where you can select your thank you messages, and then you have history of your sends and things here. I do not recommend that you send from this software. You just don't need to do it. There's so much this software can do, but just using the features that I'm showing you here today, it should be plenty. It's plenty for us. Anyway, this is a Twitter integration. You can have some of your messaging go out to Twitter at the same time it goes to LinkedIn. I don't use this. I just don't use Twitter that much. If you do use Twitter, we can set this up. I can go into more detail about that. And this right here, the Universal Social Scanner, this is what I consider to be the real power of this software. I only use 2 of these. I use Sales Navigator Con Leads or Connection Leads and Open Profile Messenger. I used to use this Navigator Profile Scanner, but it has become mostly ineffective. What this will do is this will go out, you put a URL that you get from Sales Navigator in here, and you click search, and it'll pull a list of names down here for you. Or you can fill out this search criteria here, and it will pull a list of names for you. Then you can send, or you can have people, or you can have the software go look at people's profiles, and they will see that you looked at their profile, and they may look back and they may connect. But a lot of people use this or have overused this over the last 2 or 3 years. It's become less and less effective, so I just don't even use it anymore. And this is where the Twitter account would come in. But this is one I do use every day, and it has been very successful for us. It works very well. Again, you can put in a link here from a search in Sales Navigator, or you can put in multiple search links from Sales Navigator, or you can just use the selection criteria down here. I like using the links from Sales Navigator because you can be more specific. You can use the Boolean search much easier over there, and I just like the way that works better. So this is what I do. So I put in this URL from Sales Navigator, and I click search, and it will pull all these names down here that you can't see again because I have them blurred out. But this search pulled out 134, and I sent out 81 connection requests. Now, over the last, since I started, I reset my tracking since the 1st of December, around the 1st of December, and I'm running at about a 45% connection rate. So for every 100 connection requests that I send out 5 days a week, I don't always send out 100, but if I did, I would get 45 people that would accept my connection. So really high connection rate on this. And this is the message that they get. It's not the standard connection message. I always customize it. You can put this populate their first name. So I'm saying, hi, Tad. I notice we share some connections, yada, 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 so on and so forth. And that's the message you'll get. The other one I use here, which I really love this one, is Open Profile Messenger. What this will do, or first off, I'm sure you've heard about InMails. InMails are added to premium accounts in LinkedIn that you can send to anybody in LinkedIn. You can pick anybody and they can receive an InMail. And you get a certain number of these a month. I think, my premium account, I think I got 15 a month. And if you wanted more, you had to pay for them. Well, this feature right here, because this software uses the API for or to LinkedIn, which is the application programming interface, LinkedIn allows the API to send up to 40 of these messages, which are sent as in-mails a day. So you can basically send 40 in-mails a day using this feature right here for no charge. It does not go against your in-mail count on your premium or your Sales Navigator account, and you don't pay for these. For whatever reason, LinkedIn has allowed this. They're fine with it. They've been doing it for years, and I use this every day. So I pulled in a search URL from Sales Navigator, pulled out these people down here, pulled up these people down here that you can't see again because they're blurred out. There were 77 of them, and I'm going to send 40 of these people a message, or I sent 40 of these people a message today. So I can send more in-mails in one day using this software than most anybody else in LinkedIn can send in a month. I love this feature. I've got tons of connections. I have got tons of leads, clients through this. This is very, very nice. Okay, so those are the main features that I use on a daily basis. And what really makes this software even more convenient is you can run all these at once. So I can update my database, update my contacts by clicking that. I can send a thank you message using, oh, I'm sorry. No, this is the connection lead. This is asking for new connections. So I update the database, send connection invitations. I can scan profiles, but I don't use this. I can send in-mails through Open Profile Messenger. I do use this. I can send connection requests to profile viewers, but I don't use this right now. I can send to my personal network, which again I don't use, but I can, and I can send follow-up messages, which I do. Mine is set at 7 days. Now, when I update my contacts, it will automatically send that thank you message that I was talking about. So I can send one. I can do more than this, but if I did everything I wanted to do, I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those, but I don't. I only use 4 because that's really all I need right now. It's working very well for me. So I click these check boxes after I've set everything up, click Start Processing, log into LinkedIn through a little login box will pop up, and it runs. And it'll run for however long it takes. Usually takes about 6 hours, if as many as I use. And it is more than I can do in a day. It is more than an assistant that if I hired somebody could do in a day for me, and it does it consistently, and it will do it every day that I set it, and I run it, as I said, every weekday. I do the follow-up on the weekends, but I don't do the sends on the weekends. So that is the software. That is the system, or that is the software and the system that we use here. It is the only outbound prospecting that we do. It is successful enough that we don't need to do anymore, and we've stopped doing everything else, as I said, except for our internal email list, which we continue to use. And what we will do for you is we will set all this up. We'll run it for you before we even offer to sell it to you. We will, as best we can, again, we can't guarantee it, make sure that there is a market out there or a pool of prospects large enough to make it worth the while of buying it and actually doing it. There is one caveat to this system, and one thing that you do know, and we'll talk to you again about it before we send you an invoice before you pay, is that there are no refunds of this. It's all sales are final. We don't refund for any reason. And the reason that we don't is because the developer won't refund us. That gentleman is a software developer. He does not do that, and I've talked to him about it over and over again. He just won't do it, so we won't. So the only thing I'm going to say in addition to all that is if that makes you uncomfortable, or you don't feel comfortable after we show you more and after we run the market analysis that you're going to be successful with this, then don't buy it. I mean, more than happy to talk to you about more of what it's doing, or the channels or the sends that it's doing, the updates that it's doing, and work that out with you. And you can hire an assistant to do it manually. You can do everything that this software does manually except for this one right here, the Open Profile Messenger message, because those are the in-mails that you get through the API. You can't do that manually, but everything else you can do manually, and it would work just as well If you didn't do the open profile messenger and you did these two in addition to everything else, you're going to get more contacts, I believe, than you need. Well, I shouldn't say that because I don't know how many you need or how many you want, but it is very effective. We're very happy with it. As I said, we've been using it on and off for 3.5 years, and we have always been successful at everything that we've done with it. So if you have any questions, let us know. Email is a great way to talk to us. Phone, if you want to do that, and we'll get right back to you, and we'll just go from there. So appreciate your time. Have a great day. And we'll talk later.